Well, I'm here with another pant review. This is a new company for me, Vertx. It is out of Cincinnati, Ohio, just down the road from me. And I saw them and I thought they were a little bit different than some of the other pants I have. They have a different style, different take on their tactical pants. Unfortunately, they are not cheap, which I'll get to in a bit. But I just seem to have a bad habit of buying these pants. I get a lot of use out of them. I wear them every day for work now, 4, 5, 6 days a week. I work in the ER, as I mentioned before. And so I thought I'd try and take some of my experiences of wearing them and help you with some of your buying decisions. So just some stuff about these pants. Like I said, Vertx. They are a 8.5 ounce, or I think it's an 8 ounce, 100% cotton. No, actually it's a 98% cotton, 2% lycra blend. So cotton canvas, though, basically is what they are compared to the 65-35 polycotton blends like most of the other brands have, for that matter. And I really do prefer that lighter weight that those have. These, they wear heavier, they shrink, they're going to be more prone to fading. So we'll see how they hold up. I've worn them a handful of times now, and they're holding up great so far. But time will tell. I don't need any more of these, but what the heck, Vertx had is a little special going on. And I got a pair of black ones, and they should be in the mail and should be here in just a couple days, because Cincinnati is just down the road from me. So I will let you know how those black ones hold up. But the downside of these cotton ones, as I had bad experience with the 511 cotton ones, is that they shrink. So I bought these big. I generally wear a 32-30. I bought these in a 32-32. I did measure them when I got them. They came in a 32 length, and after 3 washes or so, they did shrink about 1 inch. So take note when buying them, buy them a little bit long on the length. I bought them long, shrank them 1 inch, and then had to have them shortened past that. I wish they could come pre-shrunk. Some companies tout that they're pre-shrunk, and I really never believe them because they still seem to shrink despite that, just like the EOTac pants that I had. Unfortunately, they seem to have gone out of business, but love their pants. But that's a different story. Anyway, back to these pants. Basically 100% cotton canvas. They're going to wear a little bit heavier. They are going to come up a little bit, they're going to shrink, like I said. Starting up at the top, the waist has the elastic in the waist, and I prefer the elastic in the waist here, as I mentioned on a lot of other pants. But in going with the realm of buying these pants a little bit bigger, same goes for the waist. So these are supposed to be 32s, and if you measure them, 15-inch ruler, they are 15 inches across, 15 front and back, makes them about a 30-inch waist. In comparison, here's a pair of tru-spec previously reviewed. If you measure these across, these are almost 16 across, making a true 32-inch waist. Also, despite that, the elastic on the side doesn't stretch as much as it does on the other brands. So this is the elastic part right here, just to give you an idea. Put it here, the belt loop is 5 3/4, and I can stretch it to 7 3/4. So these stretch about 1 inch. Again, in comparison, bringing these tru-specs back in. These have the telescoping waist, which I don't prefer as much. Again, we'll put this belt loop at 5 1/8, and it will stretch, past 7 1/4. So these will stretch about 2 inches. And one more. Pair of 511s, elastic in the waist. Put this at about 4. And I can stretch these to 6.5. So these Vertx pants stretch about 1 inch, and the waist is already small to start with. These other pants, different brands, come with a truer waist size and will stretch 2.5 times what these are stretching. So that new pair that I have coming in the mail, I actually got in a 33, and I'll report back hopefully later, a couple days, how those fit. Hopefully they'll fit a little bit less tight. These fit okay. They're not horrible, but they're just snug. I put them on, and you can just tell they're snugger compared to the other brands. So again, just something to take into account when you're buying these. Buy them a little bit long because they're going to shrink. Buy the waist a little bit big because it is already a little bit small to start with. Moving on. Button here at the top. Unbuttons. Brass YKK zipper. This is the locking zipper, which is nice. Not a huge thing, but the nicer pants seem to have these locking zippers. What that is when the tab is in the down position, pants are locked. put that tab up, and you can pull those pants open. And there is that Vertx logo here. On the inside, there you go, 98% cotton, 2% Lycra, made in Indonesia. The belt loops on these, again going with their sort of more tactical take on the pant, or sorry, more casual take on these pants, have a little bit more normal looking belt loops, not the big fat belt loops like a lot of the other brands have. So a little bit more casual there. The pockets, again, also a little bit more casual design anyway. They have this sort of flat area on the bottom here, and what you can do with that is you can take, for instance, like this Benchmade 915 Triage, again also previously reviewed. It will sit in that pocket and sit kind of flat there. I'll give you an idea from the side. This is a big enough area that it shouldn't have too much trouble riding into this corner where there's no protection for the corner like there are on the 511s. Really wouldn't fit with the style of these pants. So again, nice space there. Plenty of space to get in around these pockets. These pockets are about 10 inches deep, which is nice. Plenty of space down in there. There's also a hidden pocket that you are staring at. It is hidden very well. They put the zipper for that pocket. The pocket is right here along this seam. They put the zipper down in the pocket a little bit so the zipper is hidden. Opens up, and there's a hidden pocket there that you can put your wallet in or whatever else. That pocket is just about an inch less deep than the main pocket. Just to give you an idea of the two from the inside. Here are those pockets. Here's the main pocket, goes all the way down. That smaller pocket right here, about an inch shorter all the way around. Also, when you put stuff in that front pocket, if you're going to have something sitting there, pocket goes in here, it gets down to about there, and then it will have to angle in a little bit. For some reason, I don't know why it is, but all these pant companies, the pockets cannot go straight down. It's not a huge deal, but again, you put the light or whatever in, it gets down to right about here, and that's where that pocket juts out a little bit, and then it has to angle. Angle. I have the pocket open. Gets in, actually starts to about there, and then it has to angle to the side a little bit. Again, not a huge deal, but I would just like to see it so they could hang directly straight down. Maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe someone smarter than me with pants, or maybe Vertx or someone can chime in and tell me why. But small thing, but just something to note. Minor point, not a big deal. Anyway, moving on down the side pockets. So actually, as long as we're passing the crotch, gusseted crotch, very nice. Adds a little bit extra room for movement. Nicer pants seem to have those. Now onto these side pockets. Again, kind of a bit going with their more casual-ish kind of style. These side pockets are, again, not the big, bold, in-your-face tactical pockets like, how about these, again, these tru-specs with this big flap and everything, secondary pocket. These pockets are a lot more flush. And before I got these pants, I didn't know how I was going to like these. I was a little bit dubious. I didn't think I was going to like these pockets. They looked like they were going to be hard to get into. I was a little nervous about it. But now that I've worn them a fair amount of times, it's not bad. I give it that. Inside the pocket, there is a smaller pocket that is right here. It's this big, which works very well for like holding your cell phone. Pocket goes in. You go down to that pocket. It holds it very well in there. And it's easy to get in, get out of there. A lot of times I'll carry gloves in these pockets, and again, pretty easy to get in there. It's not the big wide open space that some of the other pant brands have, the other clothing brands, but for what it is a lot more functional than I thought it would be. It does have a little bit of a bellow system here. It'll blouse out a little bit and then lies flat, so you can carry a fair amount of stuff in there. So it's a nice pocket. I like it. Moving on down to the knees. One of the features they tout about their pants is that their knees are articulated. And you can see right here they have these darts in them. And the idea is that when you bend your knee, because the knees are a little bit articulated, they bend a little bit easier. They're going to be more comfortable. Does that work out in reality? Is it the greatest thing ever? Is it knee heaven? It's nice. I mean, I'll give it that. It is a nice little feature they put in for their pants. Is it the greatest thing ever? No, not really. But it's nice. I'll give them credit for it. It's a feature that I don't know of anyone else having on their tactical pants. So I like it. Bottoms, I had these hemmed, shortened a couple inches, but the bottoms don't come with blousing straps. Wouldn't really go with the tactical style of these pants, or the the casual style of these pants. Over on this side, the Vertx logo. Pockets are the same, just on the left side there's no hidden pocket. Hidden pocket is only on the right side. Moving to the back. Back pockets again, going with that casual look of the pants. By the way, in those knees, no place for knee pads. Just a side note. Anyway, the back pockets here, kind of going with that more casual style of these pants. They're not big tactical looking back pockets. But a nice feature that they have is that there is a flap on the inside that goes down to this seam here. You can kind of see that flap sort of here. Little flap. And if you can get the idea. But basically what that does is you put something into the pocket, it goes behind that flap, and then it's basically locked in there. You know, a lot of times you carry, or you wear pants like this with this pocket that's wide open, and you worry about stuff falling out. But with these, it's not going to happen. And then it's easy enough to get around that flap and get your phone or your wallet or whatever back out. So it's a nice little feature they have. So there you go. There is the Vertx pants. They're nice. They're heavy. They run a little bit small. They are going to be a little bit expensive, $60, but if you're looking for a little bit different style pants, a little bit more casual, a little bit more covert looking, check these Vertx pants out. I actually have a polo shirt coming from them too. One of their, what they refer to as cold black, cold black, one of the two. Polos, coming in purple, and I'll get up to a review of that somewhere in the near future. Anyway, check these out. Thanks for watching again. Great pants.